there's a bear. The wildlife out and about today. We have left Cody, Wyoming and heading to the Grand Teton National Park. In order to get there, we got to cut through Yellowstone. Found a place just between Yellowstone and the Tetons where we can do some free camping. Yesterday, came out here to Yellowstone with my cousin and his wife to kind of do some cruising around. The other day before I got here, they came through, went down to Old Faithful area and all that. But yesterday we took a different direction, see what the rest of the park had to offer. We'll see what I can see when I'm driving through. All right, thank you. 2. We are in the Yellowstone. I don't really have any plans to spend a whole lot here, mainly because they don't have a whole lot you can do with dogs as far as trails and all that go, and to go down to see actual Old Faithful, you can't really get close if you have a dog. So we're pretty much going to drive through. Oh, there's a bear. There's a bear. Oops, I hit pause real quick. It's actually, it looked like a cub, so whenever its mom is, I'm going to pull over here. I'm going to jump out real quick, see if mama's around. Well, don't see him. I don't want to wander too far from the truck in case that mama decides to come down. Well, that was cool. We drove through hoping to see a bear yesterday. We didn't see any. Baby Grizzly, that was cool. So what I was just saying, we're just going to drive through and see what we can get for wildlife. Yesterday was really sunny, so it wasn't really great for photos. It's really cloudy today, so we might be able to come up with something different. And once we go down to Old Faithful and all that, we might be able to see some scenery that we can take photographs. Bunch of cars on the side of the road, people with their spotting scopes and cameras. I'm gonna step out and see what they see anything worth photographing. Well, that was cool. Saw my first adult grizzly. Too bad it was 200 or 300 yards away. Got a couple photos. I'll be able to zoom in on it or crop in on it, but it won't be the greatest photo. But that's my first grizzly ever, so that's pretty exciting. One thing I forgot to mention, the second day I was here in Cody, before we came to Yellowstone, we actually took a drive through another part of the Shoshone National Forest and finally got my image of a bighorn sheep. Been trying to get those forever, so here it is. Wildlife are out and about today. Just came across a bunch of cars on the side of the road again, and just inside the wood line are a bunch of elk. They just kept coming out of the woods, finding a nice big clearing. Looks like it's turning out to be an actual decent adventure today. Like we got something else. People are signaling elk, so be right back. Oh, this is turning out awesome. First bull elk. We just left a bunch of female elk. It's pretty cool. We got his rack. It's in velvet. It was framed up. He was laying down, chewing his cud. Trees on each side, and trees just framed him. So that was cool. we got our first landscape shot of the day. Actually, we saw these mountains and the lake further up the road, but I didn't pull over. Not a whole lot of places to pull over, but nice spot off the road. Harvey gets out. But I've been watching these all day. Still a lot of haze, just like we had back in Bighorn, but a lot more scenic. Shooting across the lake, since they're so far away. I'm actually zoomed in about 250 or so I can do a panorama. And there's islands with trees. So with that focal length, we can still get the trees and the water and the mountains and some clouds, because we got nice clouds above them with darker sky. And just like it did in Bighorns, we'll just go in and see what we can do with that dehaze slider. But we also got nice light on the hills. Mountains are here, which after I take this shot, we got a mountain. Let's see if I can point on this right here. That's this mountain here. That's the far right side of my frame. And then I'll take shots and get these islands and stop over there where those other mountains are. And then I'm gonna come across the bigger peak, sun shining on it, got some snow on it. First landscape shot of the day. So what I'll be shooting at, f11, 1/160th of a second, ISO 100. So let's go ahead and grab these images. We can move over and grab another shot in the other one. All right, after getting the panorama, just before that sun came out, changed settings a little bit, had to speed it up. But I framed up this other shot just because there's so much haze and there's no foreground like we had with these islands with the trees to give it some separation. It just looks too flat. Now that sun came out, it's just a little more harsh. So we're gonna leave that alone. I think this other one will come out pretty decent. Pack up, head out, and see what else we run into. All right, that's it for Yellowstone. We just went through the South Gate entrance. Yellowstone, definitely a place to check out. The direction we went south, so it ended up turning into a lot of pine forest. If you end up going the other direction, you're going to end up in a lot more open land where we went the other day. A lot of bison out there. The only downside with having Harvey is can't really go on the hiking trails, can't go down and see a lot of the springs because it's all boardwalks. Dogs aren't allowed on there. If you're into wildlife, just driving down the road, plenty of wildlife. I'd probably go through there again just for the wildlife, but probably in the evening or first thing in the morning. For now, we're going to find our camping spot. First campsite we picked is full. We just checked another one, it's full. Just got done talking to a guy. He said we just keep going down this road and there's all kinds of camp spots. Trying to find us a camp spot, came around a turn, big old grizzly bear right in the middle of the road. Tried to grab this camera to record it, but as soon as I did, it took off running up the hill. Tried to stop where it went up the hill, see if I could see it, but truck coming with a camper, barely room for one vehicle, and had to keep going, but awesome. All right, we found our camp spot for the night, possibly 2 nights, have not decided yet. The first couple sites we found that I really wanted, they don't have so many slots and they're all taken. It was a shame because it was right on the river, nice view of the mountains, but kept traveling up that road, super bumpy, kind of glad I did, because we would never got to see that grizzly bear in the middle of the road, which I really wish I was able to get a couple shots or even video of it. But came to a spot. There's a big dam here. You can drive across. Found a nice level spot. Nice view of this awesome lake. There's really nothing to complain about. There are a lot of bear around here. Seen quite a few today. So we're not going to wander too far off from the truck tonight. Just going to kind of relax. And then tomorrow or the next day, pack up and take a trip through the Grand Teton National Park. I'm really looking forward to that. You really don't have to get too far from your vehicle to get some nice shots and scenery. And just like Yellowstone, there are bear there, so really wasn't planning on going on hikes anyway. I know I got bear spray, but never really dealt with grizzlies. Oh my God, mosquitoes are horrible. Never really dealt with grizzlies. Black bear country doesn't really bother me, but I just don't want to come across a grizzly. So call me a wuss. That's how I'm going to handle it. But looking forward to it. Should be able to come up with some nice photos. Yellowstone was great. We'll go back at some point and check out more wildlife and spend more time there. For tonight, I'm just going to relax, eat, enjoy this lake and this view. We'll see you guys in the Teton.